Sip and Sparkle Sunday. Hello, Angie.
Hi, Lisa.
How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Awesome. Well, we sip. It's Sunday.
Yes.
So
we toast.
We toast, yes. So,
well, thank you so much for having me. This is wonderful.
Absolutely.
I appreciate everything you do for all of us small business owners. You know, we have to stick together.
Yes,
so.
we do.
Yep.
So if you're just joining us for the first time, you're probably wondering what this is. So I do a weekly video series, Sip and Sparkle Sunday, and it's truly just to get to know the fabulous resources we have in the community. So the purpose of this is just to share networks and get connected. Right. So I know, Angie, you're well connected with the chamber, but I'm sure there are lots of viewers out there who don't know what you do. So why don't you just share a little bit and we'll go from there.
Okay. Well, I have Out of the Box, and that's an unusual name, and people don't really know where I fit, but I call myself a business advisor. I have industry exclusive networking groups, but I also help small business owners with skills and systems. I'm not a business coach, I'm a business advisor.
Okay.
I talk about making sure you have a lead generation, a follow-up, a time block, anything that would make it difficult for your business to be successful. I analyze your systems and making sure you have a CRM and you're using it.
Okay.
So I do all that, and again, I do the industry exclusive networking groups. I have 4 of those, and they're just phenomenal. I start them and then I put leaders in place, so each one of them has a different personality, and they do business building activities. They talk about their challenges and wins, so it's really a support system for small business owners.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
So it sounds like this, well, in both cases, could be awesome for people who are just starting out.
Yes, yes.
Because they might not necessarily know what they
need. Yeah, exactly. And so, you can either, it's either for just starting out, or maybe you need a refresher.
Okay.
You know, let's say you're putting all of your information in a spreadsheet, and you suddenly realize you really need a database that sends automatic emails.
Got it.
So, and also maybe it's someone who's my age or older and may not be as technologically savvy.
Okay.
So then I would introduce them to some people that are smarter and younger than I am. And that's pretty much how I put it.
That have a different skill set.
They have a different skill set.
They might not be smarter or younger or as pretty, but they have a different skill set.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And so I have an older person who is unfamiliar with Facebook and different things like that, and I have connected her with my Facebook person.
I love it.
Yeah. So, and that's the other thing that I do. I love to connect businesses. If you tell me you need X, Y, and Z, well, I'll find it. And I always do, and I encourage people to do a warm introduction. It could be something simple as an email. You know, you could say, hey, Lisa, this is Joy. Joy, this is Lisa. Lisa does this. Joy does this. I'm so glad y'all were introduced. I hope this is a good connection. And then you get out of the way. Okay. And it's up to you to further that relationship. But I fully believe when you're giving referrals, don't just hand the business card out. Actually make the introduction.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Absolutely. Well, speaking as a small business owner too, when people do that to me and just say, oh, here, talk to this person, I'm like, yeah. But if they say, you know, there's somebody who I think would be a great synergistic business partner with you, here, let me give you a warm introduction. Totally different thing. And then I want to help them out. Yeah. So, yeah, it makes a big difference.
And it's very awkward if someone hands a business card to someone else and says, call this person. Well, they don't know that person. So it's very hard for them to reach out. And the other part of that is business cards get lost all the time.
They do.
And then when somebody says to you, oh, I gave your business card to such and so, it's like, oh, can you just contact them and ask them? You know, so. Exactly. Yeah. But I love our community, and like you said, the McKinney Chamber, I have been in the McKinney Chamber for 4 years, and I absolutely love the Chamber of Commerce. They're great Chamber of Commerce. I am not a member, but I have participated in the Anna Chamber. Okay. And I'm working toward getting into the Frisco area. I kind of do
Excellent.
territories. Kevin Hall at the Anna Chamber is just amazing, and
He's so fun.
yeah. And
So
then
fun.
I've gotten to know some of the ladies at the Frisco Chamber, and I've just started doing that.
Good.
But yeah, I like to branch out because we're pretty close around in here with Anna and Melissa and Frisco and Alan. So, yeah, check out your local chamber, see what they can offer you, see what you can do for them. I mean, in a relationship, it's always give and take, and I love relationship building. So
Absolutely. Now, how did you said you've done this for about 4 years, or you've been with a chamber for about 4
yeah,
years?
I've done out of the box. I'm starting on, I think, about 2.5 years.
Okay.
My family, we've always been entrepreneurs. When, excuse me, when I was born, my grandmother owned a cattle ranch.
Oh, wow.
And so she ran that, and I'm country, as you can tell by the accent. So my daddy and my Uncle Jim went to town, which means they bought businesses in town. We still lived out in the country, so they bought 2 grocery stores, and then a laundromat, and then a cafe.
Wow.
So we ran all that, and then we sold all that, and then my daddy went in the newspaper business, and we had 16 newspapers and did things like that. My uncle still owns a print company.
Okay.
But basically, my whole family, we always did something entrepreneurial.
I love
And
it.
so I learned that, and my family's, I love them dearly. They're one of the best families I know. They're mine. But we didn't really get paid. The kids didn't. If I wanted car gas, I went and checked groceries at my uncle's grocery store because he had the gas tanks.
Ah.
When a waitress called in sick or didn't show up at the restaurant, guess it was the waitress for that night.
Lucky you.
Yep. My next cousin, who's 6 years younger than me, was actually able to check groceries before I was because he is taller than I am. I'm 5'3", and my daddy just kept telling me, "Well, you just don't look to be an adult yet." I was 21. So at 14, my cousin got to check groceries. But my family, we've always worked. We've always built our own businesses. And,
That's awesome.
My husband is a musician, so he and I are working on building his music career. And in addition, he has I call it a day job. He has a full-time job, but he plays music around the area, and plays at the local E.J. Wills. He plays there quite often, and the Gin in Prosper.
Yep.
So I've expanded my network to Prosper.
Awesome.
So, yeah, but yeah, it's I love the concept of building your own business. And that's one of the things that drives me to help other businesses. Whether you use my products or services or not, I'm still going to help you as much as I possibly can. Because the end result will be that you'll remember me to someone that needs my services. So it'll come back around on me. Yeah.
Absolutely. So what do you do with somebody who maybe is contemplating starting their own business, but they haven't taken the plunge yet, and they don't have the kind of background that you have where, you were raised in that entrepreneurial mindset. And for a lot of people, that's a really foreign concept.
Right.
What kind of advice would you give them?
Definitely find a mentor. And Bruce Quartermone, there you go, is a SCORE mentor. Talk to him. Make sure you have a business plan. Make sure that you understand being a business owner.
I want to elaborate on that because I don't think everybody understands that.
When you're a business owner, okay, you work 40 hours a week for somebody else. When you're a business owner, you're working 7 days a week, irregardless of whether you're actually doing something, but you're thinking about it. And you have to be able to commit fully to that business. And also be prepared to make a lot more monetary investments than you actually see. It's more of a, there's not a whole lot of return on investment at first.
Right. It's a labor of love.
It's a labor of love at first. But really, really, really get educated. Talk to fellow business owners. Talk to a SCORE mentor. Have a business plan. Know what you're getting into, because it is a labor of love, and typically they say that you do not turn a profit for 3 to 5 years in a business.
Yep.
So you definitely have to be very well educated before you even attempt to go into a business.
Yeah. And I think, unfortunately, there's so many people out there who are great idea
Yes.
thinkers, and they come up with these just genius ideas. But because they don't have a business plan, because they have not done their homework, to your point, their business fails. And it's not because it wasn't a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
It's because they don't know how to execute it.
Yep.
You know, they're more that creative mind, and I can totally understand with what you're saying.
A big idea is fantastic, but you have to be good at details.
Yes.
And if you're not good at something, this is my mantra for the next few weeks, if you're not good at something in your business, hire it done, because that investment will be priceless.
Yes.
But posting on Facebook and doing my website makes me cringe because I'm not a creative individual. I'm a details, and I'm very good at the little, what I call nitpicking stuff. But I'm not creative. So I have chosen to get experts to do my website and do my Facebook posts.
Perfect.
And it may be a little bit of an investment at first, and you're thinking, well, I'm not really making a lot of money, but the return on investment, I believe, is going to be invaluable. So,
Agreed.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
If there is somebody who is looking for a network, or maybe wants to start a network, how do they proceed? What do they do?
Well, like I said, I have industry exclusive networking groups, but I also do happy hours. And I introduced a new product on Facebook just a few minutes ago about speed networking.
What is that?
Speed networking is we've got 20 spots.
Okay.
We're going to have a long table, and for 2 to 3 minutes, you're going to talk to someone directly across from you. I'll have leading questions if I need to, but typically it's just a conversation. And every 2 to 3 minutes, there'll be a whistle, a buzzer, something, and one goes left and one goes right.
Okay.
So you're going to meet 20 or 19 other business owners in this speed networking. But you know, I do that. I have my happy hours. My happy hours, I do them once a month. Yeah.
Fun.
And just come and go. They're 2 hours in length. Bring business cards. Meet some new people. That's the point of it, you know. And actually, it's kind of funny. The first few happy hours I threw, of course, I knew everybody there. Well, now my happy hours are bringing people in I don't know. So I'm actually getting to network now.
That's awesome.
It's amazing. I love it. But
super cool.
And then I have monthly workshops. So I'm teaching, or actually some of them I'm teaching. Christina Rowell is my partner in this, and she's teaching some. But Sarah, and I can't pronounce her last name, and I'm so sorry, and I'll tag her in this. But she's taught my Facebook class workshop twice. February and March, she did an overview, and then she did an in-depth one in March. And in April, which is April 12th, Samantha Mahone is going to be teaching websites, what you need to filter and funnel and lead generate from your website.
Very cool.
So I know I butchered the description of the website, but you can find, or the workshop, but you can find the information on my Facebook page.
Which is?
Well, it's my personal page, Angie Brumley, or Out of the Box LLC. So I've got both of those. And I try to share, you know, I start on my business page and then share it to my personal page. But I do workshops. But as far as networking goes, I have my industry exclusive groups, and I encourage people to visit. I want people to visit my groups to see if my business model fits them. That's first and foremost. Before we ever even talk about membership, I want you to see the people and make sure that you fit, and they want to make sure that you fit.
Right.
So it's on both sides. And just relax. You can have an agenda when you're networking, but I have found that if you go in with the thought of, I'm going to meet 2 to 3 people and follow up with them and build a relationship if we are like-minded. Okay. And I'm very relationship-based. So if you're all about the bottom line and selling, we may not gel very, very well.
Got it.
You know, I want to make money and I want to sell and I want to do all that, but that's not my primary goal. I want to build relationships. But anyway, that's what my groups are based on, is relationships. And I do a lot of networking, going to different events. And, you know, you and I are in the Girlfriends Network together. WIN, W-I-N. I'm very women networking heavy right now, but that's okay. This is a new season in my, you know, in my life. But WIN, Women in Networking, they meet in Frisco. Phenomenal group. Let's see, what else have I done? It's just different. I find most of my networking on Facebook. And again, just go out there. Do not hang out with the person you went with, though.
Good advice.
Get away from, you know, if you and I go to an event,
Yes.
we'll split. Because I know you, we've networked, we're good. Find new people.
Right.
And don't be a business card collector. 2 to 3, well, I say the most is 5, because you need to follow up with those people 24 to 48 hours after you meet them, because they're going to forget you if you don't. So that's my networking thing. And I love to network. I really do. I love to network. I love to meet new people, find out things. I was networking the other day, and I'm from deep East Texas. I was networking the other day, and this lady says, "Where are you from?" Well, with this accent, I'm like, "East Texas." Where? And she names a town that's very near my little town.
Oh, how funny.
And we were like, "Oh my gosh, do you know so-and-so? Do you know?" It was amazing. So I love that. But you never know who you're going to meet.
I know. You never do.
Yeah.
It's a small world. I run into people that know somebody that I've known for years, and I've actually heard them mention this person that I'm talking to, and I'm like, oh my gosh, well, I'm so glad I met you.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's amazing.
How long does it take, would you say, and I know it can vary, for close of business? I mean, what kind of would you say is a good rule of thumb?
Well, it depends on what business you're in.
Right.
It's kind of like people talk about direct mail. Okay. If you have water pouring out of the front of your house, and you go to the mailbox and you get a card and it's got a plumber on there, well, he's immediately got your business.
Exactly.
So it depends on your needs. It depends on the personalities, you know, and a lot of people, I have a lot of realtors that are in, you know, in my circle, I guess you could say. But I know that this realtor may not work so well with this person, but this one will, because of personalities. You know, there's people that are bottom line people, and then there are people that want all of the information.
Right.
So it really, there's a lot of variables. You know, if the person is looking for your service or your product that night, you'll close it right then. If, like for me, I'm an odd duck. People don't really understand, you know. I mean, they understand business coaching, but they don't really understand what I do. And so, and also they think that I'm associated with the other networking, industry exclusive networking companies. And sometimes I will meet someone and they won't use my products or services for years.
Right.
Or I meet someone and schedule an appointment that evening.
Right.
You know, so it really varies on what the client needs. You know, it's like a realtor, you know. She may talk to a person for 2 years before they ever decide to buy or sell or whatever. And it's the same way with you, you know.
Oh,
people
absolutely.
People know that you sell your jewelry and how fabulous it is. And they say, "Oh, I want to have a party," but you know, like you and I trying to schedule this, life gets in the way.
It does get in the way.
Yep. So
people are busy.
Oh, yes.
You know.
So.
And then if they don't even know you, I mean, they say it can take 5 personal touches.
Yes.
You know, for even to stick in somebody's mind that you even are a valid prospect for business. You
And that's
know?
another thing. The personal touches, the touches of the people that you have met. I really stress to people to do 2 to 3 touches where you don't talk about your products and services at all. You give them something of value. You build
Good
the
idea.
trust. You know, because how many times have you gotten a friend request on Facebook and then you immediately got that message of what they sell and what they need from you?
Yeah.
That's not a good follow-up.
Give an example, because that is such a good tip. Give an example of something that is a form of communication that can provide value, but isn't, you know, oh, buy this, buy that.
When I meet someone, I immediately follow up with them 24 to 48 hours, and I send what I call my coffee email. Would you like to go get a cup of coffee? You and I had a one-to-one that way. And I start off with, tell me about you. And I ask leading questions. The last thing that I do is, what is something that you need? What can I do for you? And if they say, well, I need a fantastic jewelry lady because my wife's birthday's coming up, then I say, I've got the perfect person for you. I will send you an email with her information and introduce you, So I give something of value by introducing people, by helping, maybe giving them an article. Oh, I don't know how to network. Okay, well, here's my top 10 tips on how to network. I give them something that they have expressed that they needed. For me, it's relatively simple because I'm a bottom line girl. I want to know, you tell me what you need. And my dear darling husband of 22 years just loves me because I send him my Amazon list for my birthday. This is exactly what I want. That's,
Easy peasy, one and done.
Easy. Yep.
What is one thing about you outside of business that people might not know?
Well, everybody pretty much knows that I am a sci-fi nut. And I'm a comic book girl. I like, I don't really care, I'm probably going to get shot. I don't really care for Marvel. I like DC. I'm an X-Men. I love X-Men. Love X-Men. I don't like watching anything that can happen.
Like reality?
Reality, kidnappings, anything, because that makes me nervous. Yeah. So if I've got an alien in there, I'm like, oh, I'm happy because that can't happen. Or monsters or whatever. I'm like, oh, that's good.
That can't happen.
But I do.
Angie.
I like, that's my escapism, is something that can't really happen. And I'm like, oh, I'm happy. I watch Walking Dead. Oh, I love Walking Dead,
Yeah, my husband does too. Yeah. He's a huge Walking Dead fan.
Me too.
So
love it.
That's funny.
Anybody watching this, reach out to me via Facebook if you have any questions. I'd love to help. I like to help business owners. I like to connect people. So just reach out. I'll be glad to help.
And she is a phenomenal networker. So if you're relatively new to networking, or you just need to get back into the groove of networking, this gal can help you. She's amazing. So
thank you so much for having me.
You're so welcome.
This was fun.
It was fun. So, well, until next Sunday, may you sip and sparkle. Have a great week, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.